Sports Central. Adam Deal, Charles Ashley the third. Glad we can be here for you, sports fans. Tonight, how about the Bulldogs? They're going to go up to La Cueva. We're going to have it for you live here on uSports Network, powered by ProView Networks, also ProViewNetworks.com. Ed Nunez, our guy, is going to have the call. It'll be an interesting matchup. The Bulldogs playing some good basketball this year on the girls' side as well.
Yeah, you got two top 10 teams. Coach Dormy really coaching that team up. A younger team, but some really good shooters out there. But I don't know. I think it's going to be too much Alexis, Romano, Yaki, that whole crew.
Let me ask you a question. Going back to the boys' side, Charles, you just saw the score of Albuquerque High and Manzano. Albuquerque High smashes them. They've smashed a lot of people this year. I mean, handling teams. What's it going to take for the Bulldogs to get the kind of respect that we think they should deserve?
At the end of the day, you got to win your district. I think once district play comes around, they'll have an opportunity to play against these teams, the West Mesa, the Valleys, again, Atrisco, a very good Atrisco team who had, they 2-2 in the tournament. So they're going to play some really good competition. They're rival games, so anything can happen. But they got a big game this weekend. They get Oñate on Friday. They get Centennial on Saturday. If they can get those 2 wins under their belt, I think people will finally come around and say, okay, they're legit.
Now, District 5 of 6, we really preached about how good this district is. They've kind of fallen apart in that APS tournament.
Yes.
Besides Albuquerque High, Atrisco did make it to the Final Four, but losing 2 of the 4 games. So Atrisco, though, does get a win last night against El Dorado. So they improved their record under Coach Adrian Ortega, who will be here in studio tomorrow.
Ooh, that's a good plug.
Well,
look at you.
Look at that.
You're getting better by the day. So, yeah, Atrisco, very dangerous team. They love that three-point ball. You have a piece in the middle. He erases a lot of mistakes for a smaller team. Good rebounder, strong defender. You have Lucero running a point guard, 6'2" point. That's a tough matchup for anyone. And as long as they're making three-point shots, Atrisco is a very dangerous team.
Well, speaking of Atrisco heritage, they lost to Cleveland High School in the semifinals of the APS Metro Tournament. We showed you that highlight earlier this week. Well, they played in the third-place game, which Coach Ortega and Coach Wally Salata thought was huge against the Rio Rancho Rams because it was at the pit, some experience. If you do make it to the quarterfinals, you do get that experience at the pit in the season, shooting, the depth perception. It's all real stuff.
Yes.
So let's go to it from the Pit Wise Pies Arena, a.k.a. the Pit. This was at 9 a.m. fresh off of late night games, Charles, as the Rio Rancho Rams got things going early with Brian Parnell. As bad as the Rams shot the night before against the Cougars in a loss is as good as they shot in this one. They were on fire. Look at Garrettson step back, the big fellow with the triple. That's good to go. The answer, though, was Trujillo straight away, and it was close in the first quarter.
Close in the first quarter, but as Salata said all year, they're going to run, and Juan Hurt, the sophomore, lightened up the scoreboard.
He was huge in this one,
I like
Charles.
Juan Hurt. My man has no conscience when it comes to shooting that deep ball. And nice post-entry pass right there to Peace. As I mentioned, he's a big force for them. If he can get scoring and rebounding, it helps take pressure off Atrisco from making so many three-point shots. And Peace right there with the and-one basket.
Well, it's 30-23 at this point, 32-23, and Martinez gets in the action from deep. That's a triple. That's good to go. And Atrisco Heritage was hanging around in the second quarter, Charles, but get a bucket here. But it was Patterson who had a monster game. And the night before, he put up 26 points against Cibola. But it was a terrible 26.
Yeah, pretty move by Patterson right there, which now opens up shots for Parnell, who knocks down the three. And our guy, he lives in that corner. Yep. Juan Hurt from the corner again. A shooter, a gunner. But Atrisco, like you said, trying to hang around, and this is their bread and butter. They're going to try to shoot as many threes as possible. Look at 4 guys around the three-point line, three-pointer. Flash. Nice.
We mentioned shooting woes for Patterson the night before. Well, not in this one. Pull-up triple. That's good. Another bucket for Patterson. Atrisco Heritage trying to keep around third quarter. Charles off the window and in. That's good, but you mentioned it. Juan Hurt all day long. He'll hurt you because he hangs around in the corner and he does this. Give me that rock. Give me that three. Rio Rancho cruising.
Juan Hurt just pitched the tent, hang out in these corners. And Atrisco doing anything to stay in this game. Nice little driving layup right there. But, yeah, it's not a replay. Look, the pressure's on, forces the turnover. Hurt, nice little layup, the hoop and the harm. They're rolling. But Lucero, I like him at the point guard. 6'2", rangy, nice layup right there.
He's got a chance to take over games, Lucero. This one he did not. He got going late, way too late. You see Rancho up by 21 at this point. Snyder and one. The sophomore off the window and good. Rio Rancho looking sharp at the pit.
I like the young fella.
Peace gets a putback bucket here. But it was over, Charles. And Trisco getting ran off the court as Juan Hurt in the corner. That's where he hangs out. Give him 1, 2, 3.
Hang out in the corner, and Patterson, a little for good measure, a little floater. Brady with the gold hair, Blondie, that's what I'm start calling him. Lucero, a little too late.
Haircut.
State champion here. No. Nice bucket by Lucero, and just for good measure, Patterson breaking them down. Parnell wide open piece. You got to get out a lot sooner than that, big fella. 3 knocks
Parnell
it down.
the night before knocked down 4 triples, 2 in this one. Rio Rancho was firing on all cylinders as Johnny Rodriguez is going to get a steal. He's going to go coast to coast here for Trisco Heritage, but the game was in doubt, no doubt about it, Charles. Chris Cisneros, you'll see here with a nice putback for the Rams. Look at her. Sanchez misses. Give me that. Says Cisneros. It's the Rams with the W. Let's hear from
like I told the
Coach
kids,
Solana.
I mean, it's tough to continue to win in 6A because there's so many good basketball teams. And I told them, I said, we won 2. There's 5 in a season for us. And the next 2 that are left are the district tournament and the state tournament. And so, those are long-term goals, but our short-term goal was today to win. And then, because we haven't had a 2-game losing streak all year either. We're 12-4. I mean, we're in a great position. We have a home game against Rio Grande on Thursday, and then we go to Piedra Vista before we open district. So we have, we could have it's a special season for this group. We just got to continue to understand our successes, why we were successful. And again, it goes back to you play team ball, you're going to be successful.
10 of their last 11 games, Coach Salata has won with the Rio Rancho Rams, playing really good ball. We mentioned District 1 of 6A finishes 1, 2, 3 in the APS Metro Tournament after they win that game against Trisco Heritage. So flying high right now. The Rams, as bad as they played against Cibola the night before, was as good as they played against Trisco. They can shoot, they can score and transition with the best in the state.
Hey, we got to give Cibola credit when you think about it. They shut down 2 really explosive offensive teams. You have a Bulldog team averaging between 65, 68 points. You have this Rio Rancho team, which is averaging 74 points right now in the season, rolling through people, and they both struggle against Cibola. But you're right. They bounced back, got a nice win over Trisco. They're going to be a problem for Cleveland in that district. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth battle. Who knows?
Well, the Rios will meet each other as Rio Rancho is going to host Rio Grande tomorrow night. Richard Tripp will have the call for you on that one. A very slumpy Rio Grande. We'll talk about it later. Also, come back here. We'll show you the 3rd and 4th place finish. A buzzer beater between Hope Christian and Volcano Vista. You'll find out who coming up next.